Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here in Middle-earth once again with a glorious Dawnless Days siege battle for you today, as Gondor is here besieging Umbar and now faces a united force of Haradrim and also the Corsairs of Umbar. So yes, if you're a fan of all things Lord of the Rings and Dawnless Days, then oh, what a siege battle I have for you today. It is a glorious 4v4 here. We already have these poor Hillmen of London here getting just run through by these are just Haradrim auxiliaries. Yeah, nothing too expensive, nothing too exciting. The more deadly stuff is with Harad, who has Serpent Guards sallying out here early on. This sally out is certainly a very, very dangerous opportunity here. There is a Cavalry though that is going to be coming over to Gondor. Cavalry here, Knight Silver Swan, and a few of the units scrambling over here to try and stop this sally out. We are playing, or this replay anyway, is on the 6.5 version, when not on the 7.0 this one yet. Mainly because I have no replays for it yet. That is the only reason why. As soon as I get some 7.0 replays at work, I'll be more than happy to show them off. But yeah, this is a glorious replay apparently that deserves to come back to 6.5. So that's what we're doing. Exactly that. And you can see already Haradrim auxiliaries are starting to die. And yeah, the Serpent Guards are also starting to suffer as well. They are doing some damage to some pretty important units. I think these spears are already taking like 30 losses. I mean, they could go for these Amphalas coastal levies. That's a good target. Oh, and we also have another whole sally out over here. I didn't even realize there's more lances over here. We have a general that's under threat, Citadel Guards. That's not going to be a great matchup for the cavalry here of Harad and Umbar. And they're trying to do what they can, but they need to be careful. And there you go. That'll be a good charge into the Amphalas coastal levies down here, getting a decent charge, running them through with their spears and their swords. Yeah, look at that, already losing decisively. Very, very nicely done. British Coast Guard are on the way, but I think it's going to be too little too late. These Amphalas coastal levies are literally just levies. They are probably going to die here in that fight and probably be routed. There is a general outside, though. They need to be careful they don't lose him. This is a Haradrim general here. This is a bit of a risk sending him in. He's going after Gondor Sword Militia, which is not a bad target. But if he gets shot by archers or javies, that could be costly. He needs to be careful because I feel like he has pulled through there a little bit to get to those archers. Yeah, that's not on really. He kind of definitely pulled through. Hopefully he loses some troops as a punishment for that. Oh, the Amphalas coastal levy survived just about. The archers here might break though. His bow militia. It's all bow militia. He's got very cheap bows. This Gondor player. I think the rosters were built for them already, but yeah, because he's got like so much militia here, and then just like a few other like expensive units, and that's it. So yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what he was supposed to do up against this sally out with such poor troops really that are just vulnerable to cav charges. But his spears are doing okay, which is something at least. While that's all been going on, looks like the other cav units over here have been routed slowly, but it does also seem as though Gondor is about to land on the walls. He's got Ringlow Vale men at arms landing. Looks like we've got Spear Militia, Warriors of Lozanark. Yeah, all these units are about to land. It'd be interesting to see how strong the defenders are. I don't know. Oh, there's also another assault happening over here. I didn't even realize this. Gondor's everywhere. Okay, so they're already fighting on the walls here. Slaves of Umbar getting sliced and diced, it seemed, by the Gondor soldiers up here on the walls. But yeah, I think it's going to be 2 Umbar, I imagine, and 2 Harad. I can't confirm that entirely, but it's what my best guess is. So yeah, I mean, you can easily tell from the generals. We got 1 Umbar, another one there, and then there's another. Oh no, it's 3 Umbar and then 1 Harad. Okay, that makes a bit more sense since we are at Umbar, and since we have Umbar available with the Last Breath submod. It does make sense to have more of them than it does Harad. Anyway, yeah, they're fighting on the walls here. And you can see the armor difference. I don't think these slaves of Umbar are getting out of this one alive. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they will. I wonder if the Harad, I haven't really looked over their units yet, has a Mummock. I don't think they do, but that would be very cool if they did. But yeah, it looks like, again, more slaves of Umbar losing here on the walls. There are some better troops now arriving on the walls, but they're still not that great. They're just Corsairs, which are still levy troops, but, maybe they'll do a little bit better. They have slightly more armor. Yeah, you can see here, slaves of Umbar are starting to die. Starting to die. I mean, the Corsair archers from the bottom of the wall. It's a good angle. They can hit those Gondorian swords in the flank. That hopefully will help, but we will see. We will see. But yeah, who do you think is going to win? Are you for Team Gondor or are you Team Umbar and Harad? Do let me know in the comments who you're rooting for. Who you think is going to win? I don't know who I'm rooting for, really. I think I'm Team Gondor today. I'm Team Gondor. I want to see the men of the West defeat the men of the East. Or South, really. They're really the South. But they are technically east of Gondor. The South, the men of the Southeast. Probably the least intimidating game you can get. Looks like we're going to see Gondor sword infantry. They're going to be moving up. They're going to be facing off against some maces of Tolfalas, which is a fairly decent unit. But certainly not as good as the Umbar usurpers. I'd rather have them if I could. These maces of Tolfalas, yeah, certainly not as good. They do look badass, I will admit. They've Pelagir marine style hats in black. Oh, they hit different. Yeah, it looks like Ring of Vale troops starting to land as well. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff starting to land. It looks like they are going to have to fight for some of the wall, but not all of it in Gondor. There are Baelic Axemen up here, is what I meant to say. And also Umbar usurpers over here. And it also looks like Gondor is just going to rush on through the gates, capture them with their spears, and don't even give a damn about the old oil, which I don't actually know if it works in these custom maps, but it might not. Warriors of Losnok are now landing as well, and they're going to be taking on Umbar usurpers. I don't think the Warriors of Losnok will win. Shock infantry is pretty good on a wall, but Warriors of Losnok are pretty terrible shock infantry in my opinion. So we'll see how they do. They might win, they might not. Yeah, they're fighting for the wall now on this side as well. I think that is the first bit of combat there on that side. It looks like Gondor, yeah, having no real issues with his more elite Gondor swords landing on these walls. They're kind of cleaning out these Umbar forces slowly. Actually, one of them is losing here. This one's getting shot up quite a lot, though, in the back. And that is it's going to be by cheap archers. Yeah, Baelic bowmen. They're slicing and dicing their way through those guys. Are the Baelic bowmen. Well, not really slicing, more piercing. Of course, their blades are doing some slicing, though. And there are plenty of other reserves back here, but most of the swords, although they've already been committed, there are Pelagir Marines over here. We've got Gondor Spear Infantry, Prince's Coast Guard, and also Citadel Guard. But yeah, no more like swords really to go in, apart from Gondor Sword Militia, which I'm surprised they weren't sent in first. But
broken and are fleeing.
Yeah, they were available, but it looks like Gondor is starting to win on some of these walls here, which is good to see if you're rooting for Gondor like me. But yeah, it looks like once they take this gate, I would expect the Cav we're going to see rush in, because there are some Gondor cavalry units just sniffing about waiting, and I would imagine these guys are going to just rush in. I mean, you could charge targets like these swords over here, which are a Haradrim sword unit, and also, well, I mean, actually that's the only real target. Most of the other choke points are defended by spears, which is always good. It does seem as though the cavalry has been dealt with in one way or another. I don't know if the general got back inside though for Harad. He was a cav unit. Can't see him. Doesn't mean he's not alive. I just can't see him at the moment. But yeah, this Gondor army pretty badly mauled. There's also a lot of infantry and also some archers as well, and like Javis. They're in a bad state. So I don't know if these guys will attack. They might just be patient now and just try and occupy as many units here as possible. But yes, if you want to send in some new replays, because I am desperate for new 7.0 replays for Dawnless Days. You guys do enjoy Dawnless Days, and it's probably one of the more popular things on the channel. Then I do need some more replays to cover and to commentate over. So if you have any, feel free to send them into my Discord. The link is down below in the description. As always, you're more than welcome to also get involved in any sort of scenarios or streams that we do as well, if you just want to join the Discord for that reason. We usually have a few of those going on every so often as well on the server as well. Warriors of Losnok here getting surrounded by Umbar usurpers, and this shows that they're not that great a shock unit, because I feel like any half-decent shock can take a 2-on-1 on a wall. Warriors of Losnok not so much. But it is one of Gondor's weak points, and that's fine. It's kind of like the whole thing. But yeah, these guys are, it's a little bit laggy. I don't know why we're getting some frames all of a sudden. It's not that large a battle, is it? 18,000 on the battlefield? Yeah, it's not that massive. Nothing insane. Corsair archers here. They're obviously probably influencing the fight as well across over there. They're probably shooting into these guys. I mean, oh, not Corsair archers, sorry, Blackhaven marksmen. Yeah, they can just shoot straight across there and they can hit any of the Gondorian troops that are landing on the walls. I mean, there you go. You've got Gondor swords now coming onto that wall. It's going to make this a little bit tougher, which is why I believe Umbar is defending this side of the wall and not the other, because they can be supported by a secondary wall. Yeah, I think Gondor has captured the gate. Yeah, they have. So they could rush Cav through. There's not many targets. Like I said, I think this Haradrim sword's probably one of the best. Or also this Corsair blade. I don't know why they don't just rush in, charge that in the back. That'll be a good target to take out. There's also some slaves of Umbar here as well. You can maybe try and get. This will be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I'd rush in a Cav unit, try and snipe one of these units. I don't think the Corsair blades are that major to take out. They are a levy unit, but you know, one less infantry unit in the choke point always helps out. And it looks like, to be honest, it looks like Harad is going to do, well, Harad and Umbar are going to do the usual sort of defend this line of choke points with the wall over here, rather than the long wall that Umbar has over here, which is, you know, pretty iconic. Where they're going to try and hold. It'll be interesting to see what they do once this side falls, which I imagine it will fall. I don't think they have enough to stop all these Gondor swords. Unless some freak, like, accident happens, I think Gondor should break through. It looks like they're already set up to defend with some Umbar usurps here, which is not a bad idea, but it's not as, like, good now since these archer towers don't work. Like, when they, on the old Umbar, when they didn't have the unique archer towers, like, that choke point was deadly. It was deadly. Yeah, Gondor swords here, still hacking and slashing away. Yeah, they are holding on there nicely. They're getting surrounded. Actually, they are starting to lose these Gondor swords. There you go. That's a freak accident. And why are they losing over? Oh, they're getting shot by archers. I was like, why are these guys losing? Of course, their archers are in fact influencing that fight. Whether Gondor could probably just, you know, do with killing some of these guys, I don't know. It's maybe a bit of a waste of ammo because I don't know if they can resupply. There are some supply barrels, but they're on the wrong side of the map for those archers. Yeah, maybe not the be-all and end-all of shooting them if they're nearly out of ammo. Does seem as though this final Gondor army is also about to land, so we're going to see some movement there. And Gondor is just pushing on with malicious spears. Yeah, they're not going to do a lot, really. Their purpose is kind of over as well, since all the Cavs really dead for Harad and for Umbar, so they don't really need these cheap spears anymore. So setting them in first is not a bad idea, to be honest. They're fighting it out. It's not a very intense fight here, that's for sure. Not very intense. It's looking a little bit more... I don't know. Gondor swords over here. I feel like I said, this is a bit of a poor choice by Gondor. I would have charged this a few times with Cav before sending in some infantry. Haradrim swords, not like a difficult unit to take out, but if you can soften an enemy up, I'd take that opportunity. And as you get further into the settlement, I feel like Cavs can become less and less important, especially once you get to the final stand over here with this final like sort of settlement. You kind of just like defend it with pole arms and spears, and your Cav's going to be useless. I guess Cav could be useful when I imagine Umbar is eventually going to give the call to retreat up this hill and make a retreat back to the settlement, because there's definitely not enough to hold it for long. But maybe that's kind of the idea. Maybe they got to try and hold here for as long as possible. There might be some rules I don't know about, like how many units can be stacked back here at the end. That's often sometimes a rule. But yeah, so I guess Cav could be used to try and chase down any troops to try and retreat back to the settlement. That's reliant on it being a disorganized retreat. If the players play well and it's an organized retreat, they could in fact just be watching the cavalry, just watching their troops sort of run away and retreat. And again, it's a little bit laggy, and I don't know really why. Archer fire coming in. I think that is shooting into the Haradrim players. Yeah, it's the Gondor archers over here. They're shooting into the side of these mazes of Tolflas. Once the Serpent Spears here, trying to do some damage. I don't know whether maybe converting back from like 7.0 to 6.5 has had some issue. I thought it replaced most of the files, so it shouldn't really be an issue. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think Last Breath's been already updated, but I could be wrong there as well. And I feel like it would be compatible for all versions, even if you were for some strange reason playing on an old version of TED. And it's Glenn Spears going in here. Going to deal with these Corsair blades. Shouldn't be too hard of a fight. Actually, to be honest, this is probably a good unit to tie down these Penethclean Spears. Spears aren't a great pushing force. Corsair blades are not a great unit either, so they'll fight against each other for a little while. Blow each other down. Gondor's Sword Militia is being landed now. They had to land it to try and break through, because, yeah, the actual proper infantry couldn't break through off these walls, it seems. The archer fire has been a little too intense for them. They're still fighting for this damn wall at the back. Yeah, there's actually more Haradrim archers have made an appearance over here. Oh, and there is a supply barrel here. There is in fact one here. So yeah, they have been resupplying. Oh, that could be a problem actually for the attackers. Then yeah, look at that. I think this is yeah, Corsair archers. This is an entirely new unit up here now. And yeah, they're just gutting down these poor Gondorians. They have not made any progress in this little part of the wall. Here we go, a sea of Gondorians coming through the gate now, ready to establish their bridgehead, and I guess they're going to try and make some sort of a push here. We're seeing a spear on spear attack, not a wise idea. I'd use the Warriors of the Lost Ark. You could have got a good charge into those Blackhaven Guard. Anyway, they're going to use archers, Serpent archers here, trying to just focus them down. There is also an attack on this side here now underway as well. This player is starting to go in. But yes, I don't know why this army is so much weaker, whether it's just reliant on mass. But yeah, he just got like Hillman of London and like lots of like really cheap militia units. They're not going to break through. They're not breaking through. I don't know why this Gondor army was so much weaker than the other ones, whether it was just a support one or what it's doing. But yeah, we've got Cav here, Gondor Cav trying to charge him. What's it charging? Blackhaven Guard? Yeah, they're not going to break through those guys. Yeah, they're losing cavalry unnecessarily there. They're just... Yeah, this army kind of looks a little stuck, and I don't blame it. There's Gondor's sword here, but that is about it. There isn't really any other like heavy infantry that's going to break through for you. I mean, the things like the Javies and the archers and the pole arms, if they go forward, they die. So yeah, this flank's kind of a little stuck. You might have to rely on like things like archers here, like the Gondor archers. Mass these guys up. Got Athelian rangers as well. Mass them up here, try and shoot down this line, make it almost unbearable for the defenders to even try and hold this point. And that's all I can really think they can do. And we are seeing a fresh spear come up as well to hold this flank, because the militia are going to die. men are broken and not fleeing. Indeed they are. There you go, Serpent Spears. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot in here actually for the defenders as well. Like, that is a lot of infantry that, again, could be focused down if we wanted to. But I think better angles to shoot the units over here if you want to really, like, try and inflict a lot of damage onto Umbar, which is what they're doing now. They are doing some damage to these guys, but not really anything that could be sent in, like, infantry-wise to support them. That's the problem. So yeah, like I said, that player's kind of a bit of a loss on what to do. It does seem as though that this Umbar army over here is kind of beaten back, though. They don't have anything really in reserve, bar a general. So yeah, actually, that is a positive. They haven't nearly killed off an entire Umbar army here by the looks of it of Gondor. But Gondor might also be about to lose one of his own armies. In theory, it's basically gone. Yeah, they just need to rush all these Corsairs now, because they have nowhere to go. They can just go and defend this big obelisk of a woman. Yeah, these guys just need to charge and finish them off. These guys, glorious. Fighting for Gondor. Can be a more nobler idea in Middle-earth. I don't know if they'll make a push across here. I would make a push across this bridge. To be honest, I just go the other way now. Oh no, there's still okay, this Umbar army's not even close to being out. There's still plenty over here. Of course there is. They've got all their elite stuff like the Blackhaven Guard and stuff like that. They're up here. And they also have a ballista, of course, as well, which they have propped up on this slope up here. Going to make this a pain to come across this bridge as well. Okay, it shouldn't be the end of the world. To be honest, you can just push on and then just sneak on by, which is what I'd do. And I'd maybe put like one unit here, just to tie down everything. Like put a pole arm or something and tie down everything here. That'll make it really difficult to get through. And that's what I do, and I make it really hard for that Scorpion to even try and shoot them. So you could put like a pole arm and like a spear or something like that, and just tie these guys all down, and then push on with the rest of your army, and then go on to the point. And that's what I do. And you don't even need to attack the point. You just like position yourself so then you can either threaten other stuff. You could go all the way around like this. That's the great thing about Umbar. There's so many streets. You go all the way around. You cut the back and then go and support this Gondor army. That would take a lot of time though. But you could do that. That's a potential strategy once they eventually break through these guys. Again, they could really just like tie these guys down. They have kind of pushed out a bit. So you could tie these guys down and just like one or two units, because they were all bottled up in here. They were, but they've all pushed out now. So they're gonna take a bit more than just one unit to deal with them. It shouldn't take long. They are just Corsairs. Especially since their Corsairs fighting against Polar. Probably going to die quite quickly. Well, the Sword Militia is struggling though. Yeah, that's the way I'd be going. I'd be going this way towards the hill, which is a much better idea than going back towards this mess over here, because it looks like Gondor's also kind of dying here, kind of giving up. At least he looks like he is anyway. He's not sending more troops in. He's getting shot for free here right now on these walls. That's certainly not a good idea either. I get these guys back, or just you got to send them in, one or the other. Can't keep standing there. Pentakill Spears being beaten by Blackhaven Guard. Gondor's making some progress here. His Haradrim Swords are dying anyway. Seems like there's a lot more breaking Gondorians right now. Umbar usurpers going in. Again, they're really blobbing up on this, on just about every choke point, to be honest. Not just any old choke point, just all of them. Clean Rangers here. Don't know what they're going to try and shoot at, but they are side on, trying to get some flanking shots somewhere. I feel like Gondor's going to have to rely on those a little bit. It looks like Umbar here is being aggressive. They're actually getting in behind slightly the Gondorian positions here. Corsairs trying to surround militia and Gondor soldiers.
display.
Look at that. Is this a... Oh, it's Gondor sword. Yeah, Gondor sword infantry. Wavering at 92 men. That was insane. Don't know what that... Why? Maybe the towers? I don't know. I mean, again, Umbar on this side here trying to flank. He's suffering for it. He is getting shot quite a bit by archers. Because they're all still outside the walls. They're just busy standing there. I mean, if they wanted to, that's in the cabin. If they're going to flank like this and be aggressive, try and take advantage of it. They're going to send in shock as well. Jeez. Over the top. I don't think they need it. I mean, the units that are in here, well, yeah, Blackhaven Guard, I feel like could hold. Gondor is steadily killing these guys off. Let's look at the numbers quickly. I mean, if the numbers are 6,700 against 6,500. Balance power, I think, is only where it is because of Cav, though. The archer volleys coming in here are very nice right now, doing some good damage. But they're nearly out of ammo, which is a problem, and that's going to be a problem going into late game because there are still some pretty nasty units at the back. Still got pole arms here. We've got shock infantry. Serpent Warriors, Haradrim Glaives. They've got some... actually, the Haradrim Glaives aren't that great. I don't think we ever see them. Duna Kori, though. Yeah, a couple of units of Duna Kori, but nothing like made like too many of them. Well, 3 now I've seen. But that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I was kind of worried that I was going to see multiple units of Duna Kori just like waiting in reserve at the back, which would have been concerning. This, though, is kind of concerning for Harad. They are being broken through here. The Warriors of Loznok are going to break through. They're going to take both units with them. I think we are going to see a Slave of Umbar dash in, though. Tie down these Warriors of Loznok just about. I think we're going to see a Cav unit as well. Why is there a Cav unit being thrown in here? That's not going to break through. Well, I think it's trying to push its way through. Don't know if you should have done that really, Gondor. That definitely was not space. And they're probably going to lose a lot of cavalry for this. Yeah, maybe not, actually. But they are kind of getting... There isn't much to charge. They could possibly go for these Umbar usurpers here. They're definitely chargeable. I definitely would not charge the Blackhaven Guard. Going to charge those usurpers, that's for sure. And you can see, look at this, because of the cavalry breaking through, because he pulled through, it means that they're all just retreating their troops. This is the thing. Though he's going to charge into the back of these swords, he'll unlock all these swords here, and that might help out the Gondorian cause here. Here we go. Cav charge into the back. And that's a smash and grab if I've ever seen one. Definitely should not have been able to do this. I feel like it was a pull through. I don't think there was any space for that Cav unit, but he's done a good job there, and I think he's now going to have to charge into these glaives. Surely he charges into these glaives. Yeah, I think that is what's going to happen. They're trying to run away. But they're trying to outpace the Cav. It's not a wise idea. Actually, I don't think the Cav actually got an attack order onto them. That's unlikely, unsurprising. Anyway, I would have charged those guys like head on. But you could have routed that unit there. What's he going to go for with the Cav? He's got a few options. He could go again in there. He could hit these axes and spears in the back. Or he could come all the way down here and support his ally, who's also actually sending cavalry, and he lost his to archers. Interesting. But yeah, that's probably the right decision. Unlock that choke point, and now it's looking real bad for... well, not real bad for Harad, but he's having to force back even more troops here. This Gondor player hasn't done what I thought he was going to do, and he is actually going to go across that bridge over there. Go the other way. I mean, I know the Scorpion's kind of scary. It'll kill some stuff, but if you just, like... I don't know, if you send up... I don't know, some swords, maybe to block the spot, then set up some archers in loose formation. You could shoot the crew out, I think, before he could kill your entire arch unit. That's another option. And then they are stuck up there. and in real trouble. And there you go. In more trouble are the forces of Umbar over here. They're being charged by that cavalry. I shouldn't really be here, but it is. The Cav, they keep on poking away. Gondorian knights doing what they do best. Archers here, we're just trying to get back. I think they have a slither of ammo left, but that is it. And it looks like now we're going to see Gondor break through. The pole arms are in here. The archers are starting to run out of ammo, so they can't affect the fighting team capabilities of these pole arms. Look at that, these guys, this is Blackhaven marksmen. Falling onto the pole arms here almost.
Enemy units
Brutal.
have returned to the battle.
Here we go, Gondor Cav coming in again for another bite of the cherry. Charge! Good old smash and grab there. He needs to charge into the back of this unit now. If they get a chance, that Cav can. He needs to try and charge into the back of these units now. Try and unlock some more choke points and get some more Gondor units free. Because really, Umbar actually could maybe make a counter assault. Maybe. It's got a lot of sentries and a few units as Umbar usurps over here. That could maybe push down. And really, like Umbar could probably push down from this hill as well. And they could probably stage some sort of a counterattack. Because Gondor's got a lot of troops still tied down in the wrong places. They have finally broken through here. I honestly felt like this Gondor army was not going to break through. It's lucky it has, to be honest. Really lucky. Battle's power, by the way, still looking very similar, but it's now 4,900 against 5,400. So it's about a 500-man difference, which is not too bad. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what this Gondor army is doing over here, but they need to get a shuffle on. They need to make a decision what they're going to do. I mean, right now, all of the archers are either out of ammo or distracted elsewhere. It'd be a good time to make a push across that across that bridge. They're going to do it. Bring some javies up. Javy the swords first, maybe, if you wanted to. But I think they're going to save those probably for the last stand for like the pole arms and things like that. Still fighting for this breach as well. Poke away, boys. Poke away. Still not broken through over here either. Done a good job of sort of like holding these outer choke points. Mainly because I think the Umbar units are better in quite a lot of ways compared to the Gondor ones. Certainly these Blackhaven Guard. Much better than Penetrator and Spears. Yeah, it looks like the majority of the Gondor armies are now through in some way or another. That Cav unit is going to be the most popular unit, certainly at the end of this battle, if they survive. Because they have done a lot of work for their team there. And, I mean, yeah, now they could either go around the back, they could start to try and threaten stuff over there. There's a Balku McGann watching the spot, but, yeah, you never know, you never know. Now Gondor could just flank on around. I mean, this is always a pretty good choke point, I feel like, to try and press on. Personally, this Gondor player, yeah, he is finally now putting pressure onto this this hill as well. We'll see whether the Scorpion gets activated here in a moment. I don't know what its range is, but I would have thought, yeah, it's in range from there. There you go. They're already firing away. I mean, this is also the last thing I would have done as the Gondor player, is to blob up my units as you cross this bridge. You send like one unit at a time. Then the Scorpion doesn't get the joy of killing like dozens of men each volley. There you go. Yeah, he's hitting pole arms as well, which is obviously what he was going to go for. I would send anything but the pole arms as well first. Archers, yeah, not a bad choice. Send them, but send like a weak sword unit or something like these Gondor sword militia. Just send them. Just to go and block the bottom of the choke point, and then go and have these archers go up there. They can burn the Scorpion, or they can just shoot the crew out, one or the other. That's what they need to do. I don't know if what the angle's like. Oh, jeez, they're doing some real bad damage to those Princess Coast Guard. Yeah, I don't know how close they need to get, but I would have thought from there they could shoot up and hit those Scorpions, but maybe they can't. Maybe that's why he's like, oh, screw it, I'll just sit up here, because it's going to be a real pain. You have to come and take me out. Yeah, look at that. He is actually doing a lot of damage there. Nope, they can indeed shoot, and he's going to start trying to burn these Scorpions out. Not the greatest of angles. Whether he'd be better off over here, he can shoot in the sides and try and burn them. They're already they've already got to earn themselves a chevron, so that means they must have killed like at least a few hundred, I would have thought. Yeah, it looks like this Gondor player is just going to send a lot of troops, and he's going to try and commit to this. To be fair, he needs to just keep on running by, because it's safer than just standing in range of the Scorpion. So we'll see how that goes in a bit. It looks as though finally we're going to see another breakthrough over here. Cav is being employed just about everywhere right now to try and break through. Knights of the Silver Swan fighting against Blackhaven marksmen down here. Certainly not a very fair fight for those Umbar troops. They are going to start the waver and break in a moment. And already, look at this, Gondor is already at the final choke point. I'm kind of surprised that they've got so little defending this side. And no pole arms either. All their pole arms are kind of scattered, really. They're over on this side here, and that one might come around and support this side. But yeah, they've got a lot of shock to for this final defense. Never a bad thing, but it's also, I don't think, a great thing either. You can see, look at this, the Aduna Corey here. He's watching over the men below. It's like, these brave men will have to die first before I go into battle. That might be very true. I don't know if they're having any luck still. Although they got one of the Scorpions. Alright, so they are actually doing some damage, and I think this player is regretting putting his Scorpion up here a little bit. He's only used half ammo. So most of the shots are missing the Scorpions at the moment, so there is that. Yeah, honestly, I think it would be better just trying to shoot the crew. You kill the crew, well, just if you kill enough of the crew, it'll rout the Scorpion anyway. But yeah, they're now fighting for the bottom of this slope, and they'll work their way up. Maybe there was a rule saying you had to take these guys out, you couldn't just ignore them. I'd have just ignored them if I had the choice. Yeah, they're going to... A polearm in there will certainly help that situation out. Ah, he's bringing his Scorpion down. So he can get a better angle now. I mean, yeah, from here he can shoot into the side of the combat that's going on. So, yeah, that's not bad at all. Will that make it easy for the archers to kill him? I'm not sure. We'll find out next time. Surely the Javies could probably just set up behind and just jabby him. But yeah, they're just... Wow, that's going to be some sort of war crime. But yeah, he is actually losing some crew pretty quickly. I don't know to what. Maybe just archers. Yeah, surely these Pelican Marines could just set up here and just start to jabby. Yeah, Gondor militia starting to break. We'll see. Doesn't seem like these archers can do much. If they set up back here, though, maybe they can have a bit more joy. Scorpion does need to go, though. He could definitely just get so many more kills. Oh, and Gondor's going to try a pull through. But there's actually a gap, to be fair. It actually is... No, that one's actually kind of legal. There's actually a gap here, and no one's defending it. See, these Pelican Marines are going to set up. They're going to try and jabby the Scorpion crew. They did just that. They didn't seem to kill anyone. And now we have a speed unit coming down. Blackhaven Guard are going to rush on down. They will probably deal with those Marines. They didn't even give that many jabbies off to the Pelican Marines. That is a shame to see. Killed some of the crew again, but not much. Again, is there a gap potentially forming on this side here? Could they like get some side shots? The jabbies into the side of all these Blackhaven Guard? Maybe. Maybe. Still holding, by the way, over here. It's insane. Don't know how. Gondor Spears is starting to force their way up into this wall, deal with these Haradrim archers as well. Gondor is through over here as well. It seems as though it looks like they've got a cab charge or something like that, maybe. There's also... it did cost them a Prince's Coast Guard, but it looks like the cav came in the back Knights of the Silver Swan, and they did some damage as well to those guys. So yeah, it's looking a little costly, that's for sure. I mean, it's 5,000... sorry, 1,000-man difference, but it's, yeah, 3,500 against 4,500. Yeah, it's certainly been a costly assault. We've got Amphlast coastal levies getting, like, point-blank range. A little close, fellas. Yeah, and there's Balkan again. They'll take that any day. The coast levies, they've got to run for their lives. Like, oh my god, we've woken up a hornet's nest. And the Balkan again are going to rush down the hill. They've routed coast levies. And then in they go to the Ringlow Vale, and they're going to fight at the bottom of the wall. And this is the first battle for the main choke point, or main cap point, sorry. And that could take a little while. Alcuin McGann, though, are a pretty good unit. They have some pretty decent melee stats, actually, for a spear unit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get some decent kills. But we'll see. We'll see. They might, in fact, not. Oh, Cav is being very bold, charging into spears here. Yeah, that is bold. Gondor Cavalry just charging Balkan McGann. They did kill about 8. Not that great, really. I think they probably killed many more cavalry when... Yeah, a lot of riderless horses ran by there. Don't know why they're actually defending this enclave here, but we'll see. We also have archers sitting up here. They're going to be shooting into these pole arms, I imagine, trying to weaken them. There's a sword unit stood on top of them. But, yeah. It's interesting move. Oh, no, he's going to shoot the shock, which is an even better target, to be fair, because it would be in the back, and it's also got pretty low missile block. This seems like it's getting messier by the minute, I'd just like to say. It does seem like it's getting a bit messy. Princess Coast Guard, they're doing their best. They are dying though. You need to be careful. They're dying too. Oh, Mason's Tall Fly surrounding these guys here. These Pelican Marines are doomed. They shouldn't have pushed forward. I think they're getting flanked by the Blackhaven Guard, which is why these pole arms are dying. Yeah, it's a very messy fight down there. I honestly think that this Gondor force might get screwed over here and get killed off. Gondor is trying to pull out his Pelican Marines that don't know if that's really going to work. They are a jabby unit, actually. I don't know what they're doing, actually. They're pulling out of a combat to go into another one. It's all a little messy. Surrounding these Blackhaven Guard, though. Still not helped the situation, though. Still not helped the situation. The jabbies here, though, are throwing. Getting kills into the side of these units here. A lot of their jabbies also missing. Look at that. So many are hitting like this sandbank here. Bit of a waste. And the balance power, I think, has shifted ever so slightly in favor of the defenders. Ever so slightly. Still a long way to go. Certainly not going to be helped by things like Balky McGann here getting isolated and killed off. Don't know how this has quite happened. Evidently Gondor baited it down and they've managed to take it out. But yeah, we're going to see a Dune before he charges the pole arms. I was going to say, please don't do that. Umbar, that is definitely not a healthy way to get yourself a victory. Certainly not going to happen. You keep doing things like Adun Rakori and the pole arms. Yeah, I mean, once they finish with that, I mean, the next best thing to do is probably to send in some infantry units. They've got to deal with Alfraz and Asgard. It's not going to be an easy unit to deal with. And they haven't got really anything great. They've got Warriors of Lozanog back here. They've got a few Gondor swords that are healthy and some Ringlow Vale. But they're not going to be able to break through the Alfraz and Asgard easily. I definitely would keep shooting these. Oh, what is that? It's an Onager. It's got healthy ammo and crew. Don't know that the crew issue is a problem. Whatever is going to be. Well out of range. But yeah, the Alfraz and Asgard getting hit hard here. This actually could be a problem. I'm going to set up just a single unit here instead, which is probably a better idea. Not getting hit, but it makes it a bit easier to assault for Gondor. They don't have that via victory, which means you can attack on like 2 fronts. I still think they've got too much over here. They need to pull some stuff back, especially since it's kind of being dealt with now. I mean, I get the jabbies going. Why aren't these Pelican Marines working? And what is still going on over here? How are they still fighting here? Blackhaven Guard still fighting on. Tied up a lot of key Gondor infantry that could be used elsewhere. General now going in a Citadel Guard general be thrown in here. And it looks like finally they're going to clear these archers out some way or another. Still more on this side as well. I mean, again, just send up a spear unit, you can clear them out pretty easily. And there you go. Yeah, the hill assault not looking great now. I think Gondor's going to get killed off here. And yeah, it could have been done so much easier. So much easier. It was like all it needed to be like 1 unit of pole arms here, stand here, and just everyone else just ignore them. Unless, like I said, there's a rule that they had to take all these guys out, but I don't believe there will have been. And I also would have just broken out and be like, screw it, I'm not attacking that. Here we go. Jabbies have been throwing now, and they have been doing some decent damage to these Blackhaven sentries here. And the Umbar usurpers. They should be able to just target whatever they like, so they could just throw over the top of these Umbar usurpers and hit the sentries behind. So I don't know why pulling one back, or like pulling the sentries back, is going to achieve much, apart from if you just... Also, if you're the general here, I just charge in. Charge in, see if the player's paying attention. Might be able to get a free charge on those swords. I think they finally dealt with the battle began there, and this assault onto the main part of the settlement can recommence. Again, I would... artillery is trying to take out the Alfraz and Asgard here. Like I said, it's a good target to try and aim for if you can hit it. Dude Corey back here getting shot. I definitely would not be wasting ammunition on Alfraz and Asgard. Like, I don't know why they're wasting ammo on those. Shoot the Adun and Corey. They're so close to the front line. And they got low missile block. There we go. Decent charge. Actually, a really good charge there. That's what I'm saying. Is the player paying like attention? No, clearly not. And he just like lost a whole bunch of troops. Now I would be jabbing again, trying to hit these Blackhaven sentries. And this is nearly through. This is nearly a viable assault now. That was really well done there by the player. Yeah, another decent volley. Did some damage, mainly to the Umbar usurpers. But, you know, killed a couple more sentries. They are running low on ammunition, though. That's a problem. At least... I like that there's still 2 Umbar usurpers up here on the wall. They're just being like, yeah, screw it, we're just going to leave these guys. They deserve to live. They fought hard for their wall, and they held it. And they can keep their wall. But yeah, this is nearly a viable assault now. I mean, it's, what, 80? 79? Yeah, so, I mean, you get like a normal infantry in there or a polearm, you beat that now as Gondor. But yeah, here we go as well. It seems as though we are going to see Arthas and Asgard up against Prince's Coast Guard. This one could be quite close. Arthas and Asgard is very, very good sword unit. Prince's Coast Guard are obviously a polearm unit, have the advantage in this sort of type of melee with a polearm versus a non-polearm. They now need to kind of wait on something else to go in because they can't just assault because they're going to get hit by multiple flanks. And I think that's exactly what they're going to try and do here. You can see a dude in the corridor is going to try and go in. The polearms are going to retreat. They might be better just holding their ground. Yeah, now stand your ground. No, I don't know. Might not be worth it now. Keep poking away. If you can, I think try and turn that around. They might be able to here. Dunakori are starting to die. Yeah, that was a success there for Gondor, really. They killed a couple of Dunakori, lost a couple of Coast Guard themselves. Not too many. They're going to do it again. Yeah, to be fair, they kind of got baited in as soon as the Coast Guards kind of came out of formation. The Dunakori went in for a second bite. And they're going to keep doing it. Look at this. They really, I don't know why they just don't set something else up, like archers, anything. Archers, swords, anything to support these polearms. Polearms shouldn't be just making the push on their own. They need support from other stuff. Sit rep. This Umbar army over here has won. They've cleaned up everything. Now they can make a...
Enemy units have returned.
I don't know where they're going. Looks like they're going to go like over here, capture this gate, and then go back around. I just make out for the main cap point. That's where I'll be going. That's where I'll be heading now. Don't know if he can make his own offensive. His units that aren't that strong. Poor Umbarians here. They are like being absolutely pummeled when it comes to missile fire right now. It is pretty brutal. They do look goddamn awesome, that's for sure. Indeed they do. They look goddamn awesome. One of my favorite looking factions, that's for sure, when it comes to Last Breath. It really is. Oh, look at this. The halberds are starting to die. It's because they're getting flanked. Shouldn't be going in on this fight alone. They keep picking up their halberds and then putting them back down. Dunakori look like they're gonna beat these Prince's Coast Guard eventually. Arthas and Asgard also helping out. Yeah, these polearms being lost is a big loss really for Gondor because there are still halberds of Umbar that he's dealing with. They're running out of ammo. They're running out of polearms. Actually, I say they're running out of ammo. They have, oh gosh, they have Gondor archers, Sicilian rangers. They still have the artillery as well. Actually, you know what? They might be okay when it comes to ammo. I don't know why they aren't using it on things like, yeah, they're doing Corey over here. Again, I can see why they want to save it for Blackhaven sentries, things like that. But yeah, they might want to try and start thinking about using some of it. And it looks like an assault's being made over here. The polearms are holding. Polearms are holding. I thought they wouldn't, but they are. That is unfortunate. Yeah, Gondor kind of in a sticky position now. What does he do? Does he fall back? Try and reorganize his polearm line? Carry on the fight? See how many of these damn Umbar pirates he can take with him? Options. Options. And that polearm's about to rout. It is close. It's getting an encourage, but it's I don't know if that's going to help. Do not know. There's more shock being sent in down here as well to help this fight. Polearms and shocks aren't losing this fight here. Don't know why they are going to keep consistently sending stuff there. I guess this is allow these troops to return, which is not a bad idea. You do need to kind of sacrifice a few men to save some others, but
enemy units have rallied.
I guess they're better. These Maces Tollflasts are healthier in some cases. Still fighting on these walls, just like to say back here as well. The archers still haven't given in. They are putting up some resistance, still tying down some very useful units of Gondor here. I mean, the spears, just generally, some of these units would be a bit more handy to have going forward, making pushes than polearms. I mean, I don't know if he should just be, I don't know what he's doing, but the strange attack order he's given might screw the unit over. Needs to be careful about that one. And still over here, this Blackhaven Guard, by the way, guys, we looked at this probably like ages ago. Still holding. It was like 10 minutes ago we saw this unit. Still holding in its square. Surrounded by Gondorians. It was ridiculous. I'd pull out the Citadel Guards, just charge it with a general. This is why I always bring Warcry. You could Warcry this unit and just break it so much quicker. I think we're going to see a charge actually from the general here. He might be about to just charge into this polearm and see if he can break through. That definitely won't work. He will lose men. It looked like that was what he was doing. He was going with some intent. It's actually the Athelian Rangers that have been given the job. Don't know if they will break through the polearms. They might. They are wavering, actually. So, yeah. They're going to need to send in those Haradrim Glaives again. I would charge the Glaives with the Cav, though, which I think is what they're trying to do. You can see the Athelian Rangers pulling back. A lot of them dying, though, as they try to retreat here. Knights of Silver Swan, they need to go in. It's now or never. Here we go. Charge! Offs are going straight in there. Hacking and slashing their way through. What we've got coming up, some some axes. Yeah, they're definitely not going to be able to hold back the Cav. The Cav could just keep cycle charging. The spears actually could maybe, though. We'll see. We'll see. But it's certainly not as concern now for Gondor as that for Choke Point, that's for sure. This is a concern, though. I don't think they're making any progress here, and they're just throwing in a lot of troops. It's just a crush of men down here. Don't see this one going in favor of Gondor. Like, I think most of the units are losing this fight as well, or wavering. Look at that. A lot of wavering troops there. Not good at all. Athelian Rangers still fighting down here against the Maces of Tollflasts. I just keep it general in any other Cav units. Just keep it cycle charging. Keep it cycle charging. I'm going to see another unit also looks like in the background going in. What are they going after? They're going after other archers. Where did that general go? Where did the general go, actually? Oh, he's still over here. What's he doing? Also, I'd just like to say those two units of swords have actually come off the walls now. They are very much, well, I don't know what they do. I think maybe they were worried about the Cav. Maybe that's what they were about. Gondor had loads of Cav, I felt like, at one point. They're all slowly being killed off. Bow militia and various other bow units here. They can start shooting generals. I'll be shooting that Adun Nakori general with everything I have. Also the polearms. I'll be shooting those as well with everything I have. Plus more. I'll be calling in tactical nukes if I could. Tactically nuke just the whole center here. That's what I'd be doing. Just get rid of them. Gondor tactical nuke. Make it a thing. Stabbing away. Gondor is running out of men, though. Gondor is running out of men. Certainly none of the troops on here give me much enthusiasm. Apart from like this one Citadel Guard that's healthy, nothing down here is in real good nick. It's not going to be breaking through anytime soon. Numbers as well, actually. Looking very good for the defenders. It's 2,100 on both sides. I think Gondor has literally 50 more troops, and that is it. So yeah, in that sense, numbers-wise, they're doing very good. And also, it's mostly Umbar's elite stuff left. Why I think Gondor might be in a bit of trouble here. I think balanced power is only in their favour because of things like artillery, a general that's a cavalry unit. That might be about it. I also do think Harad lost his general right at the beginning of the fight, like when he sided out. I don't know where he went, but he definitely died out there. Artillery, though, hitting some pretty neat shots there into that big old blob of Umbar troops. That's always going to help. And shots like that, my gosh, is brutal. Kills like 10, 20 men, it does. Especially when they're all bunched up like that. Inking the Arthras and Asgard, they're going in. They're going to rout that Princess Coast Guard. They are going to keep shooting that Onager. Gondor is waiting at the bottom of the slope now for him instead. Probably a better idea. Don't keep pushing. Well, I say just don't keep pushing up and then go in go the Citadel Guard. Then the next one's in. They just get hit by their own friendly Onager. I think they might have, because there's a lot of dead Citadel Guard all of a sudden. Big old splatter of blood just appeared. Oh, and there you go. Yeah, Princess Coast Guard all routing here. This is not good at all. Is the ball? Yeah, it is. The artillery shots are hitting stuff on the slopes, and then they're rolling back down, and they're killing, well, friend and foe, I think. They are going back through, or some of them are. Yeah, you can see it happen again here. That is unfortunate, you could say. I don't think I'd hold fire. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, just use your archers. Use your archers. Try and just pepper these guys down. A lot of these troops here cannot missile block, which is always good. Enemy going for our general. Oh, the general's all the way out here. What? How did he get here? Did he flank on around? He must have. Does general be general? We've got Warriors of Loznok here. I don't think this general has any troops left. Oh, no, he does. They're all over here. Tied down, of course. They're fighting a general. They'll probably kill this Knights of Silver Swan. He's not got any support now.
Enemy general is fallen.
I think that's this general here in front of me. Yeah, this Knights of Silver Swan has lost their general. And that is, well, I don't know how much he's got left of an army, but that could be a problem. I don't know. There are some wavering troops over here already. So that's not ideal either. Gondor is now 50-50 on who's going to win this, I'd say. And it's still 1,600 on either side. A general killed by a general, like, death is what Gondor needs if they want to even, like, hope of breaking through this. The Balky McGann is still very much intact. Don't know what happens over here. I'm guessing the Warriors of Loznok make an appearance, scared off the general. Yeah, once they're dealt with, I guess the Balky McGann will be next, and that might be a general death for Umbar here, and that could actually have some effect on the outcome of the battle, because he has a decent amount of troops left. I mean, it depends how quick they are in, like, saving him, because right now the Citadel Guard, well, actually, I guess, yeah, the Citadel Guard can block him off, and they can find the Warriors of Loznok, and I don't know, that would be interesting to see. Warriors of Loznok against Balky McGann. Balky McGann are heavier, but it is technically a shock versus a spear, and spears never come out well in that sort of matchup. So we'll see. We'll see. Are there reinforcements on the way? Actually, no, they're not going even to support their general. They're going to go and flank him behind, encircle Gondor here. Oh, that is brutal. That is brutal. They're going to just leave their general to it. And he's doing all right. He's beating the Wars of Losnark anyway. He doesn't need the help. And look at this. Not long ago, Citadel Guards were helping surround a Blackhaven guard. And now they're getting surrounded. I don't know if they're in their square formation, though. It looked like they sort of trying to be. And now we're going to see Gondor. He's going to make an assault over here. They're just his archers first in. Instead of the archers here, they still have a decent amount of ammo. They could do some problems for the forces of Umbar, but it's just whether they use them rightly. I mean, you've got things like Adun Nakori over here still fighting at 6 men. That's never a fun sight to see. You could shoot there's another like Adun Nakori here that's in pretty good nick. I don't know where the other general like Adun Nakori is. Well, there was a general Adun Nakori. He might be dead. I haven't been paying attention. Oh no, he's not. He's way over here. He's all the way over here, so he's still alive. Yeah, they're shooting the maces at Tollflash, which I just wouldn't waste my time. There's still a healthy Gondor sword here. I could deal with them. You could also shoot the pole arms here. Probably a better target. They're engaged against a general as well. And now Adun Nakori come in. 2 top units to shoot at with your archers. And they're not doing it. Oh, here they go. Here they go. Look at a healthy Gondor sword here as well. Like, why is the general going in first? There's been some strange decisions, I'll give them that. But it's been a fun one, that's for sure. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's certainly been snack-worthy. Maces are losing there, no surprise. They're facing off against very much superior infantry. This could be a problem actually over here for Gondor. We're now seeing Gondor getting nearly encircled. There you go. It seems as though the Warriors of Losnark and the Citadel Guards, their fate has kind of been confirmed. It'll be a slow death, but I think the Balkan McGannon have the advantage of the Citadel Guard, I think. It's just slightly, but there are more troops on the way anyway. Adun Nakori, a few other troops here. And it actually looks like they're going to, well, they're going to hold on the walls for, it looks like indefinite now. Don't know why they sent up spears to deal with these archers. Spears on a wall definitely is not the way. And these archers have no general, and yet they're still holding. That is actually kind of crazy. I don't know why, like, a shock just wasn't sent up onto this wall. They could have cleared these guys out much quicker. Like that. Warriors of Losnark would have done the job, well, a lot quicker than these guys would have done the job, or trying to do the job. That's for sure. And it looks like, I mean, Gondor's nearly through. He is nearly through. I think that general is being pulled out. I don't know, or he might be dead. Oh, no, he is running. He's dying. And this is not looking good at all, yeah. Man count is now in favor of Umbar. There you go, Blackhaven Sentry. They have nearly, they're getting pounded hard, that's for sure, put it like that. Gondor's sending in his last infantry here, trying to support wherever he can. And does he need his healthy one here? Could he send it back this way? The archers trying to do their best. Will it be enough? I don't know. Oh, the general pulled out of combat. It's not a good idea. There's been a lot of this in this siege battle. A lot of pulling out of combat. Trying to go into a different one or trying to pull through. You end up just losing a lot of troops in Attila when you do it. It's a bit of a silly move, really. Citadel Guards, though, yeah, they kind of confirmed their death here. Adun Nakori are going to just chop them down in the back. They pulled out of combat. That's a dead general if I've ever seen one. And that, I think, with that general dying, might cause a mass rout whenever he dies. Which will probably be the next minute or so. We'll see. Also, like Warcry just being popped on them. I always bring Warcry. It's so much more useful than any of the other ones. Some people go like, "Oh, bring Brace." It's very useful, but Warcry in a siege battle is so much more useful. You can unlock a defense. You can rout enemies in front of you if you're like defending. Like it's one of those units that it's one of those abilities that has the ability to actually remove units from the battlefield. So powerful in its own right. Right at the end here, now we have a little bit more lag. I don't know why, but we do. And then there we go. The last 20 odd seconds seems as though the general over here is still holding on. He's actually kind of stabilized a little bit, not much, but he has a little bit. But yeah, I think Gondor here is going to fail in taking Umbar. Umbar is going to be held just about by a mere 800 Haradrim. And Umbarians are going to hold on. Actually, there's no Haradrim here. It's just men of Umbar. And there you go. It's technically a draw. But I'm going to give that as a victory to Umbar because they held their city. So yeah, well done to everyone that was playing as the defenders. They did a great job. Well done to the attackers as well. Some good players on both sides in this one. This was sent in by Bulk, who was playing as Umbar. He's got 142 kills with his Balku Magan here. Corsair Marines, 148. His Maces of Toll Flask getting 236. And then he's got 199 kills with the Blackhaven Guard here. His Cav getting 203 kills. Umbar Scorpio getting 282 kills. Then we have Omens playing as the second Umbar army. 129 kills with his Dunakori. 291 with the Umbar Usurper there. 152 kills with another Dunakori. 223 with another one. And his Balku Magan still healthy. 202 kills. Wow. And then we've got Blackhaven Sentries, 158 kills, 272 kills with the Corsair Archers, 189 with the Blackhaven Marksmen. Then we have Ike playing as the final Umbar army. His Arthraz and Asgard getting 129 kills, 112, 102 with the Bailick Axemen, 139 kills with the Corsair Marines, 167 kills with the Blackhaven Sentries, and then 121 kills with his Bailick Bowmen, and 142 with the Marksmen there. Then we have Donald Trump playing as the final Haradrim, was the Haradrim force. 215 kills with his Serpent Guards here, 277 with the Haradrim Glaives, 278 with his Haradrim Archers, 256, sorry, and 243 with these other archers down here. So he got some good kills with his bows, really well done. His Cav getting 137 kills is the best of the bunch. Actually, these guys outscored the better Serpent Lancers, which is impressive. Then we have Colin playing as the first Gondor army, 220 kills with his Gondor Sword Infantry. His Pole Arms getting 209, 181 with the Pelagia Marines. Then we have Von Stein as the second Gondor army, 213 kills with the Citadel Guards, 264 with the Gondor Sword here, 249 with the Spear. His Pole Arms 133, Blackroot Vale Archers 215 kills. Then we have Ivan playing as the third Gondor army, 176 kills with the Ringlow Vale Men at Arms, 209 with the Gondor Sword here. 358 kills with the Gondor Archers. Very nice, though. 210 with the 13 Rangers. 229 with another one there. Knights of Silver's 152 kills. Then we have Banana playing as the final Gondor army. 289 kills with his general here. Very, very nice. 198 with the Gondor Swords. 179 with the Spears. Archers, 394 kills. 184 with the Rangers. Gondor Cav getting 284 kills and the artillery getting 145 kills and a fair few friendly fire ones as well. But there you go, guys. That is today's siege battle. Umbar has been defended. The Gondorian invasion has been repulsed. Hope you enjoyed. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe as we work towards 10k subs, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.